Hey there, Rednecks, Preppies, Redneck Preppies. It's me, the Redneck Preppy. How you doing? Great. So I'd pretty much left this whole military arms channel, Tim, Copper Custom, SVD, AKForum, Feg, brouhaha in the past because the only reason I ever discussed it in the first place was because I thought it was an interesting intersection of a bunch of different things come together to make an interesting story, and I was pretty much done with it. However, no less than Military Arms Channel, in the form of Tim, responded to one of my videos on the topic. Now, I have pretty much only given the side of the AKForum guys in this because, frankly, it was the only side that was being presented publicly. To my knowledge, Tim and Military Arms Channel haven't responded publicly. There's no videos on his channel, and if he responded anywhere else, I wouldn't honestly know about it because I don't go searching for this sort of thing. Like I said, I was pretty much done with it. However, he responded twice on one of my videos. The first response, unfortunately, I can't really go in depth into it because as much as I search for it in the comments section, it doesn't show up whether comments being held for review, in case there's naughty language, which there isn't as far as I can tell, or anything else. So I'm just going to read the part that I can see from my notifications, and I'll respond to that first message. Great job parroting misinformation. With all due respect, Tim, you didn't put your side out there, so you can call it misinformation if you'd like. I just discussed what I knew that was basically out there. Here's the truth, and even Pierre Dubby admitted his wrongdoing. I know this never gets in the way of a good trolling, but here it is for anyone, and then it gets cut off. I don't know what he says. However, his second message does show up, and I'm actually going to go read it out because I strive to be as neutral as possible in the videos that I did about this, and kind of took everyone to task, not just Tim and Copper Custom, but even the AKForum guys a little too, because at the end of the day, I don't have a dog in this hunt, so I'm not really taking sides per se. However, I'll read his comment. Here's the truth, even backed up by Pierre Dubby's apology for misleading people about the list and misleading people about the price. If it weren't for the actions of a user on AKForum, Pierre Dubby, none of this drama would have been happening. The AKForum, nor any member of the forum or Pierre Dubby had any right to someone else's property, no matter what Pierre Dubby told them. The AKForum didn't make the import happen, which incidentally I agree with and I argued. Before there was a list, there was a PO, a purchase order, making the 100 rifles sold to Trident, thus their property. And just in case you forgot, Trident is the importer that brought the rifles in from Feg. That and the list was created by Pierre Dubby without the consent or knowledge of Trident or Copper, the owners of the guns from day one. Pierre Dubby claimed he was going to facilitate the sales from Trident to the new owner's hands, but somehow he left Trident out of this discussion and Copper, who was going to do the retail from day one. Pierre Dubby was telling forum members the guns would never sell for more than $3,000 to $4,000 in the US unless at auction, while within days of making that false statement was shopping the guns to importers for $4,800 in Budapest. That means you can tack on another $1,500, getting them here and on the market through a licensed dealer. What the AKForum won't tell you is that Pierre W. has been stringing their members along for almost 2 years. He purposefully never had any contact with the actual owners of the guns, Trident and Copper, but pretended he was the go-to guy for getting them in people's hands. All false. To this day, he's made zero contact with Trident or Copper. However, what Copper doesn't get credit for is us reaching out to an AKForum senior member involved in this bleep show since day one, who agreed to get real contact info for people on this unsanctioned list as a good faith gesture. The forum member said he made contact with most everyone, if not everyone, on the list, and Copper sold roughly 20 rifles to those who wanted them. Flandre, and I'm maybe mispronouncing that, the member I'm speaking of, was subsequently banned from the AKForum for doing what PRW refused to do. Such a great bunch of guys over there at the AKForum. Go see how many questions PRW is answering about his misdeeds. Answer: none. Anyone daring to question PRW and his actions is banned, like Flandre and Merckx, I don't know who that is, were. Fair enough. That is a perfectly legitimate response, and it may be the truth, may not be the truth, it may be a combination of the both, I don't know, but it is Tim and Copper Custom's side of it, and the fact that, you know, we finally have his side of it, or at least I have his side of it, is fantastic. And I'm prepared to accept his version of events. Like I said, I don't have a dog in this hunt. I wasn't actively involved in this list and the negotiations between FEG and Trident and Copper and PRW and all this stuff. I have no connection to any of that, so I don't know what the actual truth is, and we don't either. Anyone watching this, let's be honest, we don't know what the truth is. I will state, however, or do one response to Tim's comments. My initial video wasn't so much as to who actually should own the rifles, import the rifles, sell the rifles, buy the rifles, all of that stuff. My initial disappointment with Tim and Copper Custom, I guess, really, because they're the retailer, and I know Tim's got a stake in it, but whatever, is that Tim did come out the video in February saying that, you know, people who sold stuff on Gunbroker were scalpers and disgusting, and then Copper Custom did that same thing, you know, less than a month later. Tim didn't address that. You know, and I'm not going to infer any motivation to, you know, any of the decisions that were involved in selling those guns on Gunbroker. Well, the attempt to sell those guns on Gunbroker before it was all pulled. So that is what it is. However, at any rate, Tim did make a response. He didn't have to. And Tim, if you are watching this video, and I'm not going to presume that you are, first of all, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to put your side of the story out there in the comments section. You didn't have to do that. You certainly weren't obligated to respond to anyone, but I appreciate that you did. And you know what? Regardless of what all happens about this, maybe we can all learn a lesson. One, you know, the guys on AK forums, you know, maybe do this a little bit better, do it the right way next time if, you know, such an opportunity presents itself. You know, Copper Custom, maybe avoid Gunbroker, and, you know, the rest of us, let's not prejudge. Again, I'm not saying that Tim was in the right or Tim was in the wrong, Copper in the right, wrong, AK Forum, right, wrong, PRW, FEG, Trident, anyone. Like I said, through this whole process, I've just tried to be as unbiased as possible and give my thoughts on what I thought was the primary issue, which was the question of posting this stuff on Gunbroker after one of the owners of the company that did it saying that, you know, that sort of thing wasn't really cool. At any rate, again, Tim, thank you very much for responding. It was appreciated. For the rest of us, I hope you have yourself a great day. Oh, and Tim, too. You have yourself a great day, too. I'm not excluding you on that one. Have a great day. Take care, and bye-bye.